What's up, everybody? This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic. We haven't done a Battle for Zendikar draft for a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and get into one. This is an 8-4, so we'll see how we can do. We did open a really good rare. Felidar Sovereign is definitely one that you're looking to pick up. There's also some really good other white cards in here. I like Sheer Drop, Shadow Glider is decent. Royal Spout is very good if you're in a blue-white Awaken deck. Both of these would be very good for us. Adverse Conditions has been surprisingly good for me. Whether you're aggressive or not an aggressive deck, it actually has been pretty good. We'll definitely take the Felidar Sovereign here, though. There's not really anything else that's worth even talking about. If this card wasn't in the pack, I think we would probably take the Sheer Drop, just because it's a single color. It is removal. It's kind of conditional, though. But we'll take the Sovereign. This must be something new with Magic Online where you can't move your stuff over. Alright, so in Pack 2, Beast Collar Savant is not quite the rare we're looking for to get past to us. We do have not the greatest of options here. McKinley Patrol is decent and it's in white. It's not quite something that you're looking to go into with Pack 2. I may just actually go with Evolving Wilds. I've found that a lot of times in this format I have not taken fixing early enough, so I end up getting nothing. But just getting one Evolving Wilds makes it a whole lot easier to try to splash a third color. Otherwise, you know, the green cards are decent, but I'm not really looking to put myself into green. I would like Snapping Gnarlid. Unnatural Aggression I've been very disappointed with. The fact that you don't get a +1/+ something really affects it compared to the other fight cards that we've seen in the past. I know it's at instant speed, but you have to have a really strong creature already. So we'll take the Evolving Wilds. Alright, so we've got a couple cards that are more filler style of cards. Stonehaven Medic it's really good in the white-black life gain deck, and it goes really well with Narcana Assassin. Coral Helm Guide is decent in I don't know, it's just a decent blue creature, but it's nothing exciting. Cryptic Cruiser is okay. Not quite what we're going for. I think we'll go with Tightening Coils here. It's basically removal. You know, there are some creatures that can go past the -6, -0, but yeah, we'll definitely take that for now. Alright, so we get a couple choices. Bane of Balaged and Rune Processor are both very, very good. Bane of Balaged at least will do the exiling on its own, whereas Rune Processor we need to kind of build around or build towards exiling. Demon's Grasp has been, it's been decent. It's some removal. Outnumber is fine as well. I think I'm going to just go ahead and take one of the big guys, though. And I would like to take the Bane of Balaged. If I do look like I'm going to be in a blue-white, which, it's really hard to say at this point in time, though. It would be more likely to play Bane of Balaged over Rune Processor and get value for it. Just because, I guess there are some blue creatures that could do some exiling for us, but we haven't seen them yet. Alright, so maybe a blue-white Flyers deck is out there for us. Cloud Manta pick 5 is definitely a decent chance for us. Otherwise, Scour from Existence, but we already have a lot of high cost spells. I think we'll just go ahead and take the Cloud Manta. Alright, so here I do like the Scar from Existence, but I don't think that that's quite where we want to be right now. Those will be coming around, and you really don't have a need to play more than one or two of those. So I'm really tempted to take Oracle of Dust. I'm not going to have a lot of ways to take advantage of the exile. Or at this point in time, I'm not. But I think we'll take that. Alright, so here, Core Castigator is a decent early drop. Core Entanglers is, it's okay. It's not quite as exciting as it looks. I think I'd probably just rather take the early play. And Core Castigator puts a clock on your opponent. You know, getting that down on turn 2 is pretty tough sometimes for people to deal with, and they have to get rid of it quickly. Otherwise, you know, Brood Hunter Worms is nothing exciting. Marasa Ranger is okay, but we're not quite green enough yet to do that. Smite the Monstrous is a great pickup right here. Otherwise, Tajuru Stalwart would be a decent option for us. But I just want to go ahead and take the removal. Otherwise, Coral Helm Guide is a decent choice for us, but I think we're going to end up trying to go later in the game, if possible. Yeah, I like Smite the Monstrous and then probably Tajuru Stalwart after that. Because green, white, blue do play the best in the Converge deck. Shadow Glider right here is a real good sign for us. You know, we're looking probably to have this blue-white Flyers deck, and it's kind of opening up, hopefully. Anticipate, I'd be happy to get at least one Anticipate in this deck. But the Shadow Glider is just too good at this point. Slab Hammer is okay. It's not quite the deck that we're going for here. But I'll put it in the sideboard and we'll see if we maybe want to do it later. Otherwise, Snappy Gnarlid is definitely a decent option. But if you are looking to, if we were looking to splash for green, I'd rather it be a later pick than, or a later play than a second turn kind of play. Here, nothing too exciting. I'll take the Assassin. I'll take the utility land for blue. I'll take the white one now. I'm not looking to do Seek the Wild, so I'll just grab a nice swamp. So not too bad of a first pack. We could definitely look to get some more stuff in the 2, 3, 4 drop area. Alright, Sanctum of Ugin. Whenever you cast a color spell, convert mana cost 7 or greater, you may sacrifice it and go search up another. So that's definitely something that we would be okay with coming back around to us. Stasis Snare is easily the best pick here. It's removal, it's done at instant speed. Outside of that, I would be looking to do something like a McKindy Patrol. Not really Expedition Envoy at this point in the pack. Yeah, this, outside of the Stasis Snare, this is a pretty weak pack. But luckily we get to have our choice here. Alright, Retreat to Emeria is definitely a pick that we will be happy to get. Otherwise, if Retreat to Emeria wasn't here, I'd be looking to get something like a Courier Griffin, Benthic Infiltrator, Dampening Pulse. All these are really good cards for us. You know, I could, yeah, Retreat to Emeria is just too strong of a card in this format right now. Dampening Pulse would be pretty decent in this deck, though. We'll just take the retreat, though. Alright, so Eldrazi's Sky Spawner, that's a great sign for us that maybe our deck is open. I'd be happy to see the Core Castigator come back around. Even the Expedition Envoy is a decent option. There is another Evolving Wilds, but right now we really don't have anything to splash for. So we'll just go ahead and take the Eldrazi Sky Spawner. There's another Cloud Manta. Calestra Healer is decent, but it's too early of a play for us to really go after that. I could see being okay with the Fortified Rampart coming back around to us, because it looks like we're going to have more of a late game than an early game, so having a 2-drop 06 would be fine. But the Cloud Manta is just too strong to not go after right now. Alright, Ghostly Sentinel. That card has... I feel like it's been really strong in this format. It doesn't look very exciting as a 3/3 flyer, but it does what it needs to do for the most part in the air. It has vigilance and evasion. Outside of Ghostly Sentinel, not really looking at too much here. Vestige of Emrakul is probably the next best card. It's definitely in a color scheme we're not really looking to do. Salvage Drone is it's not a real exciting card to go after, so we'll just take the Ghostly Sentinel. Wow, an Angel of Renewal this late is insane. I mean, I would have been happy to see the Shadow Glider, but Angel of Renewal is an awesome pickup for us right now. We are going to want to look to pick up some of those early blockers, but for right now, that's a great sign for us that we are in the color combo that we are supposed to be. Royal's Retribution. I've found that card's been really strong. Just being able to deal 5 damage as you choose is definitely worthwhile. Alright, so here we could look to do... I'm not really excited to play like an Inspired Charge. I don't necessarily want another come into play tap land though, either in the Skyline Cascade. Calestra Nightwatch might be a decent option for us, but also Retreat to Hagra. I mean, if we end up going black, I think this retreat could be pretty good for us. I'm not sure that we're going to, but I'm just going to take it out of the pack. Here, I just want to get an early play. You know, if I have to block with this guy, that's fine. Otherwise, Ondu Greathorn is a stronger card, but it's not quite what this deck is looking to do. We've got more powerful 4-mana spells right now anyway. So we'll just take the Expedition Envoy as a early blocker. Yeah, so we're definitely looking to pick up maybe 1 or 2 of those 06 Defenders here. There's a Core Entanglers, but I think Anticipate is more what we want. Otherwise, I could look to pick up a Lithomancer's Focus. I feel like that card's been pretty strong in this format. Just a 1-mana +2/+2 is impressive. And then to be able to prevent damage from colorless spells, or colorless sources, is really good in this format, but I'm going to take the Anticipate. There's another Expedition Envoy. We'll grab that. Here, I don't really think it matters too much, but we'll take the Sith Leopard. Definitely not looking to play those, but here a 2-mana 1/3 is actually really good for us. And we'll take the land removal. So I feel like that pack went really well. We ended up picking up a lot of decent cards. We got a late Sky Spawner, we got a Cloud Manta, we got a lot of good white cards in that pack. The Retreat to Emeria, Ghostly Sentinel. Oh, there we go. Alright, so this pack, I don't even need to look at the rest of this stuff. Guardian of Tazim is insane in this format. There's a lot of good cards actually in this pack. I think Rune Processor is great, Rush of Ice is okay. Complete Disregard's very strong, Ruination Guide is really good as well. But we'll take the Guardian of Tazim without question. Even like a Spell Shrivel coming back around would be pretty good for us. Core Blade Whirl would be definitely a card I'd be happy to see later in the pack. But Guardian Tazim is just insane, and it's going to go well in our deck, hopefully. Alright, so here, Rolling Thunder is the strongest card in the pack. Unfortunately, it's not quite what we're going for. We do have a Spawning Bed, which that card has been pretty impressive, I feel. I think Cloud Manta is just where we want to be, though. If Rolling Thunder was 1 red, I would definitely look to go with that. You know, we do have the Evolving Wild, so if we want to splash, but it being double red is going to be pretty tough for us. So we'll just take the Cloud Manta. There's another Royal's Retribution, Calestra Healer. Defiant Bloodlord is not as exciting as you might think. It costs a lot, and you know the decks that are playing life gain, they're kind of more lower to the ground. So playing a 7 mana thing is kind of tough. Also, it's not an ally, so it doesn't synergize greatly with the ally life gain deck. I think I'd probably just go with the Royal's Retribution. I could see taking the Stonehaven Medic, but the fact that we saw the Stonehaven Medic, I think it was like second to last pick of that last pack, makes me think that we can maybe wait on it, and I'll take the removal. I'll probably put Oracle of Dust to the side. Or just Scatter to the Winds. Yeah, just taking a counterspell with Awaken is pretty strong here. Otherwise, Herald of Kozilek is great in the blue-red Devoid deck, which we really don't even have much for Devoid stuff, so that's not an option. Lithomancer's Focus is fine, Spell Shrivel is decent, but just to outright counter spell rather than the pay 4 mana is going to be worthwhile for us. Alright, so I'm a big fan of Rune Processor. Let's see do we have any ways of exiling? We have Stasis Snare. And that's about it. Although, I mean, it is still just a 7/8. And, you know, if we don't have many ways of exiling, I'd rather have the 7/8 body than the 3/2 on a 4. Otherwise, Grove Tender Druids is something that we might think about. We do have an Evolving Wilds, but maybe if we had 2 of them, I'd be more interested in it. I think I'm just going to take the Rune Processor. I could have also taken the Tajiro Beastmaster, but there's another one of those. I actually want to take this Felidar Sovereign, or Felidar Cub. Yeah, I'm not real excited about the Retreat to Coralhelm. Definitely one that I haven't seen the most exciting stuff come out of that one. But to be able to get rid of an enchantment and have a early play, I think that makes the Felidar Cub worthwhile here. I am interested in possibly going after maybe one of the Scour from Existences. I just like having our top end where it's at, though. And there's another Stonehaven Medic. We'll go ahead and grab that. A Felidar Cub, I might just have it in the sideboard. Even Expedition Envoy, these might just not make the deck. Yeah, right now I don't think that they're strong enough to make it. I'm pretty happy with where we're at here. You know, we've got a little bit of removal with 2 Royal's Retributions. We've got a Stasis Snare. We've got a Tightening Coils. We've got some card draw and Anticipate. Scatter to the Winds. Maybe like a Royal Spout would be one of the better cards that we could see here in this next pack. Yeah, we definitely have some really good top end stuff. We're just going to need to make sure that we get there. Having the Guardian, Angel of Renewal, Felidar Sovereign, and there are 2 Eldrazi is definitely decent. I could see cutting the Rune Processor in case I need to go a little bit more low to the ground. And there's a McKinley Patrol seems like it might be a card that we're okay with playing here. Just given our guys vigilance, it's going to be pretty important. Plus, it's a 3-drop rather than all these big. I'm going to take the Rune Processor out and put the McKinley Patrol in. Otherwise, I could see, something like a Spell Shovel is not too bad here. A lot of times the blue-white deck, you're looking for more of a tempo, so the counter spells are pretty important. Oh, and the core Blade Whirl came back around. We actually have a decent amount of allies in this, and we do have the Retreat to Emeria to continue to pump out allies. So giving our guys first strike, I think, is going to be pretty important. Otherwise, there's Spell Shrivel, and we could possibly look to do that. But I think the core Blade Whirl is going to be a little bit more important for us. We've got kind of a sub-theme of allies here. I'm going to take the Scour from Existence now. So I need to start looking. I'll probably want to do 1 cut. It's probably going to be one of these earlier guys. Yeah, I'm not real too excited about any of these cards, so we'll just take the biggest one out of there. I'm surprised to see a Shatterskull Recruit still in here. That's a pretty decent card. Ornreef Invoker is a sign that green is definitely not being drafted. I'll take the land. Alright, so we need to make 1 cut. And I think the cut is probably going to be the Core Castigator right now. As much as I like this card, it's a 3-1, but my deck is looking more to go a little bit later. We've got a lot of really good top-end cards. I can always bring it in the sideboard if our opponent is being a really quick deck. Which, if they are, we could do, Core Castigator, 2 Expedition Envoys. And cut the top cards. We do have that Evolving Wilds, but I don't really think that we have anything too exciting worth splashing for. I mean, Retreat to Hagra was about as close as it was going to get, and that's not really exciting either. So I will play the Evolving Wilds though, Sandstone and Skyline. Let's go ahead and group these separately. So we've got removal, we've got card draw, then we've got some more removal, Retreat to Emeria to just continue to put stuff on the board. I could see possibly having Smite the Monstrous in this sideboard and then bring in another creature. At which point I would probably bring in the Core Castigator. But I think Smite the Monstrous is actually good enough in this format where you could probably mainboard it. Yeah, that's probably the closest one we have right now. Which, if I bring it out, we bring in Core Castigator, or even Felidar Cub. Just have a little bit more just a little bit more that we could do with it. I think I actually am going to go with that because looking at my own deck where I feel like I have a lot of top end stuff, I only have 4 targets for a Smite the Monstrous. And we could end up bringing in the sideboard if we have to. Yeah, this looks decent. You know, our curve is pretty decent with this. Yeah, I'm just kind of torn on this Core Cascader. It's just not what... Yeah, I think we're probably better off doing the Smite the Monstrous. And we'll add our lands. So 18 lands. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 8 blue sources with an Evolving Wild. Yeah, this looks fine. So, looks like a pretty good blue-white Flyers deck. We've got a little sub-theme of allies, and then some top end. Thanks, guys, for watching. This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic. Go ahead and come back and watch the games. Thanks.